Hello, my name is Yash. I'm an incoming sophomore at Leland High School. And for my first milestone for the ball tracking robot, which I built because I wanted to learn more about OpenCV and work with Raspberry Pi and Linux architecture, I've successfully finished assembling and soldering and wiring up all of the different components of my robot. So let's actually take a look and see what's going on here. On the top of the robot, we can see that we have the Raspberry Pi 4B, and it's powered by this pretty large lithium ion bank that'll run for a good few hours. It's also hooked up to my Articam 5MP camera so I can record footage. And we can see that it has this Raspberry Pi switch so I can turn it off really easily. And on the bottom, if we flip it around to the bottom, the main part here is this motor driver. It contains two H bridges, which are circuits that reverse polarity, and it's hooked up to these two DC motors. And because it can switch polarity, it can spin them freely in either direction. We have this rotating wheel that can follow these two wheels around. And it also has four inputs coming in from the Raspberry Pi as GPIO inputs that can turn on the motors. And it has a switch in series with the 4 AA battery pack that provides 6 voltage whenever I turn it on. As you can see, it is on. As for to test it, let's first test out the motors. When I run this program, which simply sets one wire to high, one wire to low for each motor, and I run W, which is the command to go straight, you can see that it runs forward and the motors are working as usual. When I run X, the motors stop. So as you can see, the motors are functioning as normal. Now, when I go to my camera testing software to test if the camera is actually working, and I run this camera software, it might take a few seconds to load. You can see that the Pi camera is initializing with all the framework in mind, and you can see that our camera is working as normal, and you can see that I can look around and see myself in the camera. Hi. So my main challenge in building my first milestone was that almost every part of my kit was pretty much broken, including the motor driver, the battery pack, and the switch. So I had to really debug and figure out what was wrong with the components and replace them as necessary. And I had to replace my motor driver, my switch, and my battery pack because all of them had some sort of voltage problem, and I had to fix all of those. That was my main challenge in building this first milestone. And next, I'll move on to the actual software part of this project and use OpenCV to kind of check the ball tracking functionality of my camera. Thank you.